it is so painful to see literally 9 different newspapers that I picked up this morning in the hotel with the same headlines over and over and over and over and over again. Crash the economy, bring down America, trying to get people to hate themselves, trying to get them to hate their prosperity, because free market, just a small amount of it built all these old great cities here and built.
I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Hey, how are you doing?
Alex Jones?
Yes, ma'am, I am. How are you doing? We're doing a live feed right now.
Oh.
Let me ask you a quick question. Did you see how newspapers everywhere said the economy's going to implode today, and then it caused the stock market to implode?
Well, I just wanted to stop and tell you that I think your show is terrible.
Well, thank you. No, but keep talking to us. Keep talking, because you came over.
I have to go home. I saw
thank
you
God.
earlier today.
So you'd actually like to see the economy implode, rather just to hurt Trump?
I think you are full
tell
of
us.
conspiracies.
Okay. So they're actually trying to make the economy implode. They even announced that the head of his group
I think
resigned.
you're lying.
Pardon me?
I think you are full of conspiracies, and I don't think that you are helping our country.
Did you know the media misrepresents what I actually say? Like, give me an example of one of my conspiracies. Come on in.
That water is making the frogs gay.
Now, that is an edited thing for comedy shows they did. Have you heard about atrazine causing about 60% of the amphibian life to be sterile?
I think you are ridiculous.
I will bet you
And you are
$100,000. I'll get
conspiracy
your name and number. $100,000. $100,000, and I've paid out hundreds of thousands in prizes. $100,000 if I'm a liar that in North America, all the way to South Africa, all the way to Germany, in most areas, more than half the amphibians are now unisex or sterile. $100,000 if I'm wrong. You don't even have to win. I mean, or if I'm wrong, you get it. You just have to come on the show, be flown to Austin, show all the mainstream news articles that I'm right, or if I'm wrong, you get $100,000.
I'm not taking up on that because I think that you are a conspiracy theorist.
You're
I'm not
$100,000.
interested.
I mean, you know how big my show is?
I don't care.
We don't care up here.
No, I don't understand. No. So I'm telling you, runoff in the water is hurting children and causing chemical changes in the brain.
No, he's hurting children.
Okay. So you're not worried about chemical runoff in the water.
I'm worried about Nazis.
You're worried about Nazis.
Thank you.
I'm worried about.
See, this is perfect.
I'm worried about Bannon.
Okay, you're worried about Bannon.
Yeah, I'm worried. He's like.
So you don't know about
Kaiser
atrazine?
Soze.
She just walked over. Sir, seriously, this is real.
This is not real.
This isn't about Trump or Jimmy Carter or anybody. Do you know that atrazine runoff? She said, I'm making it up, that atrazine runoff is causing chemical changes in mammals, amphibians, and fish, and causing deformities. You don't know about that.
I do not know about that. No.
Okay, I offered $100,000.
That's good for you.
If she could prove I was wrong. Sir, it's massive dollar. Some areas have 90%.
Why are you trying to distract America from the issues?
Oh, I'm not. I'm out here publicly with no script, with no teleprompter.
Why are you talking about that?
What do you think I'm talking about?
He was out here talking about the economy, but
I was talking about the economy.
She changed the subject.
This is just USA Today. I was just talking about this.
This is a joke.
USA Today.
Yeah.
What is a joke?
You're saying that they're banning it and they don't want people to own homes. That's what I heard when I was walking by.
Oh, absolutely. The big banks have openly announced an initiative for people not to own homes. They're trying to get better Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That's come out in Congress that they want to have 250 square foot apartments is the new model. And you haven't heard of smart cities and carbon taxes?
I've heard of that, yeah.
Well, the plan is actuaried by big banks to make you pay more. Literally. Look, right here, what I was getting into is forget Donald Trump. You notice today in every newspaper they said, abandon the economy's imploding. The stock market plunged today.
Stock market plunged because of something else. Stock market plunged.
No, they specifically.
Barcelona.
No, they specifically said, even at CNBC, that it was because of them announcing that the head of his council resigned. Let me ask you this: we won't hear about Barcelona another day, but we'll hear about what happened, which I totally decry and have decried, but the media spins it as some moral authority. What happened in Charlottesville?
They're not spinning. There's no spin. There's no spin.
So
they're not spinning.
Do you decry Islamic terror?
Of course, I
decry Nazis.
all terrorism.
Do you decry Nazis?
100%.
Good. So do I. So
he does not.
Of course he did. He did in all three
he did
statements.
not. No, that's bullshit.
Okay, well tell us here. You're live on air.
Okay. He didn't say anything. The guy makes up lies all the time. Before he knows all the facts, he said nothing the day after. He waited 48 hours. Then he said something, and then he totally flipped script the next day.
Wait. On Saturday, he said he decried all forms of racism and hate. And then he said, but the left did stuff. It was hacking people. That's not right.
There is no alt left. There's no alt.
There is no alt left. I've been hearing that. I've never even said alt left. But I'm being told. But I'm being saying. I'm being saying don't say it.
He said that.
Well, that was the Antifa.
He said that. Like, you can't discount what the man said.
Were you here in '99?
I've been here since
well, I mean,
80s.
Great. No, I was asking because you saw it. They shipped in about 50 Antifa. They housed them in a building. They let them attack the police and crowds. Then they used that to attack the general public. That was in the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, Seattle Times. It was in all the newspapers. But I'm saying the very same Antifa is funded by George Soros, a literal Nazi collaborator. So all we're saying is the Antifa is bad, and so are the white supremacists.
This wasn't about the Antifa.
They came out and attacked people and added to the atmosphere. No, seriously. I mean, do you know the history of Antifa, even where they came from?
First of all, we're talking about the taking down of Civil War people that died to keep slavery.
Yeah, I don't
alive.
care about those things.
They do. That's the issue. In the South, they do.
He's never once defended those statues. Not once.
Yeah, that's not my issue. My thing is the media is hyping it up to get us all fighting with each other. Meanwhile, we have a real. Do you know about George Soros?
I know George Soros.
He went on 60 Minutes and said, "I'm not ashamed of helping round up my fellow Jews." So he's an actual Nazi, but it's okay because he's supposedly a liberal. Meanwhile, I point out what is in mainstream news. They've caught all these major leftist groups staging events to blame conservatives. Whether you're conservative or liberal, that's wrong. The media says that's a conspiracy theory. You heard about all the Jewish centers got attacked earlier this year?
Yeah.
And it was a Jewish guy doing it. Did you hear about that? He got arrested.
Did not hear about that.
Associated Press, Reuters, Washington Post. And then they say, I'm anti-Semitic. I'm not anti-Semitic. George Soros is the Nazi. I'm the guy that's been physically attacked 18 years ago protesting Nazis. And then I see a real Nazi who's above the law. That's all I'm saying.
He's had a long history of protesting the Klan, protesting Nazis.
But Antifa has
very against these people.
Antifa has attacked me out in public before. They're horrible people. And now I get you're saying Trump called them. No, but all I'm saying is if they implode the economy, which they're trying to do to stop Trump, I mean, don't you recognize there's different elites that are mad at Trump because he took power from the WTO, the IMF, the World Bank? Remember TPP?
You think they're mad at him for that?
Trans-Pacific Partnership, absolutely.
You think that's why they're pissed at him?
Yeah, because he pulled out. Sir, you want to say something?
I just want to say hi.
Go on over.
I used to listen to you for years.
What's your name?
Mike.
Hey.
Alex Jones?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. I gotta say,
Hey, God bless you, sir. I appreciate you, man.
As an entertainer, one of my favorite films of all time is Waking Life for so many reasons. You did voiceover on that. I just want to say hello.
Well, thank you. Hey, but you've been sitting there for 10 minutes listening.
I just want to say hi. I just want to say hi. I
listen to you every night.
God bless you, sir.
Hey,
Nice going.
keep it up.
God bless you, brother. Bless you. Anyways, all I want is real debates. They're trying to implode the economy because the globalists in their own white papers want a consolidated economy. The big banks want you poor. And now they're trying to kill $4 trillion in the stock market, $450 billion in new jobs, 1.5 million new jobs. And it's actual real jobs in America. The globalists want us poor to dictate and control the new economy. That's what Agenda 21 is as the stated planetary operation. And every major newspaper, your newspaper, I guarantee you today, has tried to put down the stock market, and they were finally successful. That's because they want a stock market crash before they kill the president. They've had Phil Mudd on CNN saying they're getting ready to kill him, former CIA deputy director. Okay, they've had Brennan saying it. I told you all this was coming right before they try to kill him. You think they're just going to stop once they've killed him? The whole media, the whole corporate system would crash the stock market? This isn't about Trump. If we had anybody, a Democrat, if we had somebody in there like Bernie Sanders that was actually the president, but from his perspective, they do the same thing. Multinational elites are in control of this country, and they're pissing down the back of the American people, and they think you're stupid, and they think your will is broken, and they think there's nothing you can do. And then we have to get into the real, how you doing, sir? Come on over. Come on over. We have to get into the real complexities of this. How you doing? I like
We're gonna
that.
grab him.
How you doing?
Grab him. I'm good. How are you?
Alex Jones. What's your
I
name?
know who. I just saw a video that you did.
Tell folks what you think about them successfully hoaxing and claiming the head of the Economic Council resigned, plunging the stock market. Open media, openly hoaxing to plunge the stock market and then destroy the economy.
All I've been doing is following the Charlottesville bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real tragedy.
Yeah.
But what about 13 dead in Barcelona? That won't even be a news item.
No, that was on NPR.
Yeah, but it'll be mentioned for one day, but not tomorrow.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
God bless you. What's your view on all this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but
what are you covering?
I watch your show. And
He's talking about the economy today.
Well, we're just getting into how they openly said they were going to crash the stock market today. They lied and hoaxed and said the head of his council resigned, and it plunged the stock market. And if they totally plunge it, there'll be war on the streets, which they're gearing up for.
Yeah.
And they have the former CIA geared up to kill the president. I first broke all the news. Now they're admitting the plan, which means they're getting ready to pull the trigger. See, this guy's laughing. But if the stock market implodes, it's going to happen, brother. They got it all. I know. But the whole veneer of civilization is going to rip aside, and this whole neoliberal system is going to go to the ground. The globalists do not want you guys to know this stuff. Yeah. A jackass. That's why almost everybody walking by knows who I am and agrees. Come on over here and talk to me. It's fine. I'm right here. Teleprompter free, baby. Real.
It's a waste of fucking time.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, exactly. I'm changing society, not you. Oh, you're a big man. Flip me off. Tough guy. Got a lot of intellectual stuff going on there.
I like it. You don't take any shit.
Well, I'm just here speaking out. Free speech, you know. Yes, ma'am. That's the whole process, is getting to speaking, exactly. And the media misrepresents what I say. God bless you.
But why are you here? Why are you on this corner?
I just randomly picked a corner, and I've decided to spend a few minutes talking to folks because they openly, I said this morning on the radio, they're going to try to plunge the stock market today because every newspaper
You
said...
must have been in Seattle for a reason. You don't film here.
No, I'm just here with family to get out of the hot weather in Austin and...
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, anyways, the point is that, does it make you mad? I don't have any stocks or bonds.
Sure.
But they're openly trying to plunge the stock market to derail the president, and all these trendies don't get that if they implode it, there'll be war in the streets. I mean, they're trying to bring in total civil war. All these mega banks, they have former CIA deputy directors on TV saying, we're going to kill this guy. That's the establishment saying that.
That's what I thought their plan is changed, yeah. Their plan has changed to they can't handle Trump, so they're now turning on him.
Well, exactly. The Russian narrative's going nowhere. So now it's we're going to kill him and plunge the stock market and have a damn race war. Right. And all these people that have been living in the lap of an open, free society have no idea the grave danger they're in. The good news is a lot of people actually do know. I'd say 60% of the folks that come by are listeners.
And people know, but they don't know the depth of it.
That's
because it's unsettling.
It's unsettling.
They like to maintain a narrative.
And if we don't admit it, then that's what's going to allow this to happen. That's what's going to bring all this down.
You dig into the issues. You dig into what people they're not paying attention to.
That's it. And I'm just out here, you know.
I'm just surprised to see you.
Because I know we can change things. Listen, God bless you, brother.
God bless you.
Appreciate you.
Can I get a selfie?
Yeah, let's do it. More live feeds coming, ladies and gentlemen. America and the world is awakening up, but you're the key. Are you pissed they openly plunged the stock market? They admit, CNBC admits a hoax that the head of the council, Cohen, resigned. None of it was true. I mean, think about that. Are you upset that you're not hearing about the Islamic terror attack? You're hearing about it, but it'll be, whitewashed over tomorrow. It's all about waving the bloody shirt of that poor lady that died and then saying anybody demonstrating, anybody who's a conservative is basically a terrorist. This is about banning free speech, banning whole opposition parties, overthrowing the last election, holding new elections run by Homeland Security. Let's go. I mean, this is the reality. Infowars.com/show. We're on the march. The empire's on the run. And the globalists are these envious, hateful, inbred people that are totally sociopathic. We know the elites are. And look at how all the major media, Hollywood, foreign governments, the Pope, the Saudi Arabians, they're all against Trump. And they want to beat everybody through peer pressure into getting on board with their devilish system that literally keeps babies alive to sell their body parts. That's mainstream news. Look at this. This is what we're facing. This is the system we're facing, ladies and gentlemen. And whether you believe the devil exists and is real or not, the spirit of being selfish and cowardly and pack-driven and going along with the system is an archetype that is absolutely real. And I'm out here trying to not be like this and trying to be selfless and honorable and like a knight out here being ridiculed, being attacked to tell the truth as an example to others that this is how we're going to turn the tide. And a couple of guys walk by and laugh at me and start flipping me off. Corporate elitists, wannabe white guys, probably make $100,000, $200,000 a year. They believe they're elites. They believe they're in control. Hey, how are you guys doing? You bet. And these guys are the problem. I mean, they are the problem. They think they're the establishment and they're not. You're being screwed over by the globalists. How you ladies doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're doing a live feed right now.
Okay.
Get what?
In there. My guy is indoctrinated.
Here. Here's a shot right here.
Get in there, Alice. That's my man.
How are you ladies doing?
Good. This is Alice.
All right.
Palma.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Have a good time with you live.
Hey, nice to meet you. What do you guys think of what's happening in the crazy world?
Oh man, it's disgusting.
All right. God bless you. Be safe. Now, anyways, what I'm getting at here is that this is the reality of what we're facing. And look at this high tech. Look at that jet flying. We have built so much, but we've let the globalists put Trojan horses into all the technology and the infrastructure to control us. And they admit that's their plan. And this guy comes over and goes, you know, basically you're full of crap. And a lady comes over, you know, nothing's happened to the frogs. Well, I said 7 years ago, gay frogs at the end, knowing it would troll the media, knowing they didn't pick up the atrazine and the bisphenol A, which was not a secret then. Not like I'm some trailblazer. I'm talking about admitted facts. I'm talking about social engineering on a scale so mega massive, it hobbles the mind how big it is. But listen, more live feeds coming soon, Infowars.com/show. We are being attacked, we're being hit from every front, but we're coming through it thanks to you. And so again, just reach out to people as lovingly as you can. You know, those two bigger guys that tried to thug out a little bit, I let them know that I was there if they had, you know, an issue, just because I don't have a bodyguard here, and Zimmerman can protect me, but it just comes down to the fact you got to put it on the line. I'm not scared of these people. They want to run their mouths and tell me I'm full of crap and I'm a liar. They don't know who I am. They want to read off scripts in mainstream media saying lies about things I didn't say. Well, that's MSM's problem. I'm here to confront these people. I'm here to take action. And I'm having an effect, and I'm just one little old guy from Texas. You wake up, you get involved, you believe in yourself, no matter what color you are, where you came from. We can come together, but we need a free market, open society as a launch pad. Venezuela and North Korea don't work. America, for all its warts and all its problems and all its never actually reaching and getting fully what it was going for, has been so much better than any other system. It's changed the world. And the globalists are in competition with the American system, the greatest Renaissance system. They want to blow it up on the launch pad before we as humanity transcend together. But we can do it, ladies and gentlemen. We can do it if we become aware of the social engineering and admit it's there. A lot of people are scared of the social engineering. Come on over here, man. You want to be on air? We're doing a live feed.
Hi, I don't necessarily. I mean, I don't.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Michelle. I'm just curious why you're in Seattle.
I am just my wife went to college here, and I'm here with my children, and we wanted to come have a workcation while she saw some of her old friends and went and did stuff, and we went and saw the killer whales and stuff. Yeah. Such a beautiful, wonderful American city. And so I thought I'd go out here and do a live feed because I was so outraged that every major paper tried to crash the stock market today with hoaxes, and it's come out all this was a hoax, but it did cause the stock market to start crashing. Okay. And even if you don't have stocks and bonds, everything's connected to that, and if they're successful, we're going to have a civil war. And they're publicly preparing rogue elements of the CIA to kill the president. They're announcing it on CNN, and we're working with patriots that are left in the government to try to stop it. They were trying to kill a Democrat president. I'd be fighting this.
Okay, so what's your reception been like? I just saw some people I'm just curious. I'm totally curious.
I would say it's been half the folks recognize us and about 70% like us. Another 10-15% are ambivalent, but I'd say about 15% of those that know who we are, they'll F you, or you're a liar, or you're just basically canned things they read in the newspaper.
Right. And what do you think about his position right now? Like what he's been talking about? I'm just curious.
Again, it's like junior high. It's all this PR that he never said it was bad. He tweeted, I hate all forms of racism and hatred. It's terrible, right when it was happening. Then he came out and said, we're going to investigate this, but obviously the hate's bad. The lady dying's terrible, and this is absolutely horrible, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to look at both sides, and we need to investigate this, because it turns out the mayor ordered to stand down, and he knows that. And they hired actors, and the media spun that. Just go to mainstream news. They hired crisis actors from LA and New York. They shipped in over 400 of them. They paid them $300 a day.
Like, how do you know that? Like, how does that?
They don't even hide it. They openly had the ads in the newspapers and on Craigslist, and they have big crisis actor groups. Just go home and type in crisis actors hired for Charlottesville. And then the media spun it, because I said, yeah, it's come out. Southern Poverty Law Center, leftist groups, ADL, Jewish groups, they've all been caught in leftist groups staging people as actors sometimes in events. There's real racists there, and there's real Antifa there, but they also hire people to, quote, agitate. It even says it on the website. So you can hire people $300 a day, and they'll come and they will agitate, okay? And they hire them on the right wing as well. And so I said...
Do you think they did that here, too? Because you know that we had a protest here.
1999.
No, they had
recently.
one here. They had one here on Sunday.
Just on Sunday. I couldn't cover that. I saw the silly string on the cops and all that. And I don't know, as I didn't see that one, but in 1999, It was in the news. They hired
WTO.
WTO. They hired these people and trained them, let them attack the police. The police stood down. Then the police could attack the 100,000 peaceful people. They even housed the demonstrators, but arrested everybody else in a building and paid for their food and everything. But what's frustrating is, I then in like an hour-long rant mentioned, oh yeah, and they have some Jewish groups they've caught dressed up as Nazis. They then put the headline out that I said Jews were caught at Charlottesville dressed up like Nazis, and it was all fake. I didn't say that. I said, oh look, here's the actor websites saying they sent crisis actors basically on both sides to stir it up.
Agitators.
Agitators. And I said, oh look, they've done this before. They lied before, like babies in incubators in Iraq. So they said they beat their brains out in 1990. Remember that, for the whole war there that's now killed 3 million Iraqis? So I said, they've lied before, we should look at it. And people say, oh, you support the white supremacists. I don't support those toothless idiots. I could care less. The point is that that's how they cherry pick stuff to then misquote what I've said. But that's their problem. So I'm just here to point out that I said this morning on the radio, 4 hours before it started, the headline was, elite try to plunge stock market today. Because every newspaper I saw had the same thing about the economy's imploding, everything's over, his council's all resigning. Then they said Cohen, the head of the council, resigned today. And it wasn't true. They've come out and said it was a hoax. But a concerted effort, every major cover page, the front page, the business pages, and I saw the Seattle paper with the same headline, and I saw all the other papers with the same headlines. So I'm not that smart. I went on air and I said they're going to plunge the stock market today. It's all PR. Hey, how you doing, brother? Come on over. No, don't be live on air. This is the real Alex
I
Jones.
was just trying to understand. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. You're allowed to talk to folks. Yeah, listen, it's the real me, not what John Oliver says, not what Stephen Colbert says. It's the real Alex Jones. Let's go to these guys. Come on. I'm going to talk to you guys. Come on, Alex Jones. It's okay to talk to me.
All right.
You guys won't get ostracized or called a Nazi for talking to me.
All right.
Here, so tell folks what you guys are laughing about.
Because it's you. It's the Alex Jones.
It's the living me.
It's the living.
How you doing, sir? It's a nice watch. No, so anyways, give me your view on what you think we're really doing out here.
Destroying everything.
No. The globalists tried to plunge the stock market today and were successful.
Successful on what?
The globalists pushed everywhere that his whole council was collapsing and that Cohen resigned, and it was a hoax. Cohen didn't resign, and I could see all the papers this morning said the economy's going to implode. That's like executionable in China. I'm not saying we should here, but what do you think when the whole media says plunge the economy? Is that kind of creepy? Have you seen all the CIA guys on TV saying they want to kill Trump? You ever heard of CIA on TV saying kill Trump? Phil Mudd and all that? You've heard they're going to kill Trump, haven't you? So
I can't say I'd shed a tear if they did.
But see, who's going to run things then? See, who's this elite that are so pissed at him? Let's forget Trump. In America or any other country, since when can they be on air saying we're going to kill him?
Because it doesn't matter who you love, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter where you come from. You should all have the right to live here and all the right to not have negative things happen to you, such as being murdered by a car.
Well, but like the Muslims just ran over 13 people and killed them, or over 100 in Barcelona.
Fact check, yeah.
Fact check. Oh, it didn't happen today.
It did happen, yeah.
Exactly. So there hasn't been.
So if something works for your favor, then it's not a fact check.
No, he immediately came out and condemned the whole attack at Charlottesville last week. He was just talking to her and calling these white nationalists toothless retards.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just think you're a novelty, and it was funny to see.
No, but,
right
see,
on.
but see, you think I made it up that there was an Islamic attack in Barcelona today? Over 100.
I saw something about that. Okay.
You said fact check. Fact check. They lie about what I say constantly.
Okay.
And they cherry pick. Like I said that groups have been caught staging race attacks on themselves. Every group's been caught doing it. And I said a lot of attacks are real, but some are fake. And then the media misrepresented what I said on that and said that I said Charlottesville was fake.
Do you think Charlottesville was fake?
no.
Whoa.
Okay.
No, that's what the media
That's what I
said.
mean. That's
said.
the
What is
media.
your view
So
on that?
Charlottesville was real then?
Absolutely, it was real.
Okay.
And then I said that, but I said some past
Which
things
side
have
you
been
taking
stirred up
then?
and fake. Right-wing groups have attacked themselves. Left-wing groups. Remember when the president had to respond in that first address to Congress that he is against attacks on Jewish centers? Remember that earlier this year? Well, but it turned out it was left-wing Jews doing that. They got arrested. It got shut down.
I don't know. I'm of the belief that not everything is a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. I think I see the goodness in people, and when I look at things,
Well, I agree with you.
I use reason and facts and science, and that's the world I connect with, I come from.
I understand.
But I feel like your world, everything must be a conspiracy, like right out of the gate.
Sure. Well, when I
That's
saw
what it
all the newspapers on the newsstand today saying the economy's plunging when it wasn't, I said the stock market's going to go down today. That's kind of like called, it's a nice, cool night. People are going to be out in the town having fun. I kind of know that. So, it's kind of like in business and stuff. Like I've been able to predict, like I said, Trump would get elected. I said he was 15 points ahead in the polls. But do you know how I knew that? I knew major pollsters in both parties saying this is the first time ever we've been ordered to lie. We're being given triple the normal money we get. The bots and the computer algorithms show he's 15, 20 points ahead. Now, I said that, and it's exactly what I said. And 6 months later, they gave the autopsy on why the polls were wrong. It's exactly what I said. So I don't have a dog in the fight about Trump. They've tried to use misrepresentations of me to go after him. For me, it's not like existential. If he falls or rises, that's about me. Okay, I hated Bush. I was arrested protesting George W. Bush. And I said that there were no WMDs in Iraq. And they told me I was a conspiracy theorist and actually arrested me. But all I'm saying is...
9/11, yes or no, did it happen?
But see, that's funny. I never said 9/11 didn't happen.
Okay. But you did say those school shootings didn't happen.
No, they edited the interviews I did, which I would never back down on one of my perspectives reviews. They misrepresented that. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
I held debates with people where we looked at devil's advocate on both sides. Then they misrepresented that. They misrepresented the Pizzagate thing. They misrepresented. It doesn't hurt me because my listeners know what I really said. I said, I don't know if Hillary's involved in all this child crap that's in the WikiLeaks, separate from that pizza place and David Brock and all the rest, and all that stuff. I said, I know for a fact that Obama, Hillary, the neocons, the Republicans funded the Arab Spring, putting radical jihadists in control, overthrowing non-radical regimes, and creating a failed state. She came, she saw, he died, and so she is responsible for all these dead children. They edited that together and put it on another rant about Pizzagate and played it on Megyn Kelly on Fox News. I mean, that's the level of the deception, and people watch that and go, wait, he has a TV show. Why is it audio? Why is it audio? Because they're editing it together. And so that's a deception on you.
And no, they just,
Hey, you guys be safe.
we're gonna go eat some dinner.
And listen, there was an attack in Barcelona. Over 100 run over. Okay, I promise. How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing, Alex?
Good, man. How you doing? What's your name?
Adam.
Adam, so what do you think of all this stuff?
I don't know, it's a lot of crazy stuff, man. I just heard about the stuff in Barcelona about an hour ago.
He thought I made it up. He thought I made it up.
Shit, man.
He said fact check. Yeah. Well, it was fake, but
No, I mean, it's
That's
true.
what I deal with. And then and they're nice guys, but see, they go, listen, we're intellectuals, we're scientific.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting here watching this. Every newspaper this morning said the stock market's going to plunge. I said, watch, it'll plunge today. And that's not a conspiracy theory. That's if I punch him in the face, it's going to do, it's going to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cause and effect.
All right.
So anyways, all I'm trying to say is look at all the powerful forces that are so pissed off right now. It's not that Trump's good or bad. It's that we're actually trying to take the country back from the TPP. Remember the TPP that Hillary wrote?
Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Trans-Pacific
Oh, right, yeah.
Partnership that signed all of our
That's right.
authority over?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm ranting. Got anything else you'd like to add, Adam?
You know what? No, I don't. I just found you here. I'm a huge fan.
Well, God bless you, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything,
Good
man.
to see you, yeah.
All right, let's go see my wife.
Good one.
Thank you, sir. Just want to go in. We're about, what,